Alright, I think we're in a better situation than we were last time. Look at this tiny little thing. Woo! Hi, dude. How's it going? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Kerbal Space Program. So, we are right where we left off here. Now, on the first episode, it was the derpiest thing of all time. I had no idea what I was doing. And as I promised, I did watch or play the tutorials. I also watched a couple of videos and stuff. So I have a little bit better idea about what's going on in here. Now, I think what I'm going to do is just restart a game from the beginning. But before we do that, this guy over here, I think we need to get him launched. And I did get a comment from Visible Signs saying that he imagined, like when we were trying to launch this thing in the last episode, he imagined, not here, sorry. I need to go to the mission control. Where is that? Is that mission control? That's right there. So that, like, I was in here with all these Kerbal guys in mission control, and we're all just sitting there scratching our heads, wondering why the thing won't launch. And all the pilots walk in with pizza, saying, "Hey, what's up?" It was the funniest thing in the world. It's kind of basically what was happening. Like, what's going on? Also, Sky Walter DBZ said that I've probably done the tutorials by now, but one of the big mistakes that I made, and yes, I have done the tutorials by now, but I have 1, 2, 3 was engines all stacked on top of each other here. And when I did this, I was just thinking to myself that was just kind of like, you know, like there's a one on the bottom and then you're stacking more fuel. But you're right, these are actually all individual rockets that I put on top of each other. So if I launch this, it's probably just going to explode. Now, the other thing I noticed too after doing the tutorials is everything is in a single stage. So my parachute and all my rockets are all in a single stage. So everything is just going to go off at once. Now, I've learned a little bit about stages and we'll play with them later. But since this is my actual thing, and it looks like I do have a Kerbal in here. I have Jebediah is sitting in here. I can actually click on him too if I go IVA, right? I can look inside the capsule and see, hey, look at this. I can look around and then look out the window. It's kind of cool. But yeah, so let's launch this puppy and let's see what happens. This is what I was trying to have the last episode end with, but I had no idea what the controls for anything were. So I can press the Z key for full throttle and the X key for no throttle. I can use shift to throttle up and control to throttle down. This is all the left ones, right? So I can go throttle up and throttle down. So I'm going to go max power. And then of course the WASD and Q and E is for all the rotation and the roll and all that jazz, which is probably not going to be too much of a thing for this. And it's spacebar to make it all just happen. And I thought I'd pressed that, but I guess I hadn't, because I think I remember saying throttle up was the control that I heard about, right? Was the what to do here. But spacebar is actually what starts your stages, and when we have multiple stages, we can cycle through them. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying that out. But first off, are you ready for this? We're gonna 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Oh, there's the parachute! Woo! Well, that parachute is pretty resilient. Alright, so I'm out of fuel. I have no fuel. I have no stages, so I can't do anything else. My parachute is actually dropping me down, and I've got this whole thing. Looks like it's coming for the ground. And I'm coming down pretty quick. And here comes the surface. I've also learned you can do like experiments and stuff with this stuff, but we'll do that when we actually set the real thing in. Oh! Oh wow! Hey, he's alive. So the final rocket exploded, but we still have this guy here, and we could recover this vessel and keep going. Wow, it actually survived, and our guy didn't die. It's kind of crazy. Whoop! Oh, something blew up in the distance. But yeah, so there you go. That's what that was supposed. Hello? Things are still exploding. So anyhow, let's. I'm gonna exit out of this. Go back to the Space Center. And let me just, I'll restart a new game and we'll start from the beginning. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what would have happened if we did that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. This is a brand new game. I just restarted. And so let's see here. So we've got this science center in here. So I've learned a little bit about science, right? And how I actually get, this is really important. We need to get these science points so that we can upgrade and get more things. So right now we have the very basics, right, which gives us these things here to play with. But we definitely want to get engineering to give us more science ability, and also basic rocketry so that we can do more things. Like this fuel tank. This is what I thought I was putting on before, but yeah, no, it was putting on actual engines. So we need to get some science. Now, let's go back here and let's build a basic rocket. Yeah, I'm gonna get all those again because it's a brand new game. So this time, let's build something just really simple. So, oh, and I used the retro flag this time just because I thought it looked cool. So we've got, now this is a command pod and it has a crew capacity of 1. So this will actually have a guy in it. The next thing we need is, we have engines. Like the only things we have right now are the fins and the parachute module. We definitely need you. So this is going to be very similar to what we did last time. The mystery goo we can throw on there as well. Now symmetry I've learned as well, I think, is the X. Yeah, the X key, if you look down in the bottom left, if I press X, it cycles through all the symmetry modes. So I'm going to put, like, just say 2 of these goo pods on here, and let's just put them as high up as we can, I'm thinking, just so that maybe there's less of a chance that they'll like take damage when we land. Just put them way up there. Symmetry, I know, is also important to make sure that you that your ship is balanced, right? Because if it's out of balance, it's gonna like roll and tilt and stuff like that, and do bad things. So let's grab a solid fuel tank or engine. Now this is an engine, so this is all we want to put on here. So we got a capsule, an engine, and I think that's like everything we have to play with, right? Well, we got some fins. So we can put the fins on here, maybe keep us going straight. Maybe 4 fins. There. So we got some fins on here. We got our basic rocket with some goo on here. And I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything that we want to use for this guy. He looks good. Now we'll name this guy. What we should call this guy? This is the I don't know. Let's call this one Tiny. We'll call him Tiny. And there we go. So now, oh, crew. This is what I missed last time, is I didn't put a crew member in here. So right now we've got Jebediah as a pilot, and we got a scientist, an engineer, and Valentina. So if I click on this, it should, I can remove the pilot. Okay, there we go. And then I can add in, say, a pilot or an engineer or a scientist. And by putting them on missions, they will gain experience and they'll get better at things. So right now I'm not really going to space. I'm not doing a whole lot of stuff. So I'm gonna put this scientist guy, Bob Kerman, in here, I think. And I just want to do some stuff to get some science, and so that we can build our next rocket. Go to astronaut complex. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we looked over here really quickly. Yeah, so this is who we have. We can hire some more people, but they cost a lot of money, and we don't have a lot of money. So, and we have 4 active Kerbals, and we can only have a total of 5 maximum. All right, so we're back here, and crew available. This takes us back to the parts menu. Mission flag. Oh, mission. So before we do this, so we've built ourselves our tiny rocket. Save and continue. I want to go to the mission control now. So we have 0 active contracts. So like these are over here, but I'm not they say they're active, even though it says nothing's up here. And I have a maximum of 2. Deadline never. And I can't really accept them. So I want to go over here and say, launch our first vessel. Or launch our first vessel. Right, so this is how we gain experience and how we get science and stuff and money. So we need to accept these missions before we go on our flight, and we can accept 2 at the most. So I want to do this, launch our first vessel. So we'll accept that, and it is over here now, right? And it's so we get money, and here we go. We get 1 science for completing this, 2 fame, and some money. So if we fail, we lose money. If we, we get money for completing it and advance. I'm assuming that means we do it really well. Achieve goal. Okay, so that's 1 mission. Escape the atmosphere. Gather scientific data from Kerbal and orbit Kerbal. So we can probably do this gather scientific data. I don't think that we can escape the atmosphere yet. And this will give us 10 science. Woohoo! Look at that. So I'm going to accept this contract. But here, I guess we should actually just make sure. So give us a quick crew report before launching. Okay, it's fine if any of the lights on the control panel are flashing. Just give us a swift kick. Okay, so we're going to accept that mission. So we got 2 active missions now, and that's the max. So if we just quickly check, so launch our first vessel. All we have to do here is start off the space programming thing. So yeah, so we just need to basically just launch the thing. So we don't have to do anything special. So, all right, so we've accepted some missions from mission control. This is where we can make actual airplanes, right? And they can fly off here. What was this one? Astronaut complex, we were just there. Administration building. We don't think we need to be there yet. And research and development. This is where we're going to go once we get some science. And this is the tracking station. So if we ever get into orbit, we'll go here to look at stuff that's happening in orbit. All right, so I think we're just ready to launch this puppy. We're back in here. We are tiny. Let's check. We have our scientist Bob in here. Let's just save the game and let's go launch. All right, I think we're in a better situation than we were last time. Look at this tiny little thing. Woo! Hi, dude. How's it going? And we got Bob in here. Hey, Bob. Let's check out your little pod. Oh, yeah, what's that up there? 2 open. He's got little stuff in here. He's got a nice control panel. That's pretty cool. And I've learned a few things about launching a rocket as well, right? So there's this T button. Oh, so I don't have any SAS modules yet, and no pilots aboard, so I can't use that. RCS I can turn on, but I don't have any RCS rockets on here, I don't think, unless they come with some of this. But those are for in space anyway, so we don't need that. I'm going to throttle it up as much throttle as we can go. This is where we will see how high we are. This is the atmospheric modules. Tells us if we get into orbit and stuff, which we probably won't. Here's our stage. I didn't. That would have been funny. Okay, so let's change that. So first stage, we want to fire the rocket, and then the second stage will be to fire the parachute, right? So this should let us fly straight up, and then when we run out of fuel, then we will disengage this guy and let him this thing fall back to the ground. And while we're doing that, and before we launch though, we need to do a crew report from the launch pad, right? So if we right click on the actual command module and we do a crew report, you record the crew's assessment of the situation. We do that. Now if we look at launch our first vessel, set out. Oh, we don't have where it is. Set out to gather, achieve goal. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. Set speed goal. Launch our first vessel. Maybe we didn't want to do it from here? I thought it said from the launch pad. Go away. There we go. So That's interesting. If I click on this guy, EVA, I'm now I'm out here. Take data, and then store the experiments. Now let's go crew report from out here, and then take data and put data back in. Interesting. Climb out. So let's get back into the ship. Bob Kerman, EVA transfer. Okay. Where's our missions? So gather scientific data from Kerbal. Achieve goal. Recover or transmit any scientific experiment data from Kerbal to achieve this goal. Okay, so once I've recovered it, I probably have enough to have done that now. So I do have these speed goals and stuff here too, so maybe I'll get some of those, and I want to launch the first vessel. So I think we're ready to give this a go. So we're ready here. I've got my throttle straight up. Let's see how this works. We've got a ship with properly staged, and liftoff. What happened here? I think 0 is the first one, right? Oh, I already launched the parachute. I had him backwards. 0 was first. Here we go. Okay, well anyhow, so we did a launch. We didn't get very high. But we can look at this goo now and observe the goo. Goo jiggles and wobbles. Keep the data. If I click on this guy and... Oh, I need an upgrade for that. Okay, so I can't do that yet. But so I can observe I observed the goo while we were in orbit, or not in orbit, while we were floating a bit. I hope I can keep all this data. So there's no way for me to slow down. So I screwed up again. I had the staging totally wrong. You guys are probably screaming at me for this, but there we go. So we launched our first thing. It looks like we completed a couple of contracts, right? We got we got a speed record contract. Okay, completion. And we have the launch our first vessel contract. Okay. We did 2 of those things. Now when we land on the ground and we recover this vessel, we should also get the other one. Now I hope this doesn't... Oh wow, it didn't crash. Alright, cool. I'm actually really shocked that that parachute survived that. But yeah, so we did the goo experiment. So now if I go EVA out, I should be able to take the data and store experiments. And now if I click on this guy, I will collect the data, and then I want to store my experiments. All right, so I got 2 pieces of data in here now. EVA report. Can I do an EVA report here? Keep the data. Okay. And so yeah, so I've got an experiment, so store this. And I got 3 experiments in here. Can I observe the goo? Alright, let's see over here. What's this? Restore. Click on this and go observe the goo. What does that do? Keep the data? Sure. Do I have another experiment? No, I don't. Okay. Let's just get back on board then, and let's recover the vessel. And we did 3 contracts. So we have 33 science now. I earned 21, or plus 22 science earned. I have a total of 33 science. We completed those missions that I can't see right now. So we got crew report from Launchpad, mystery goo observation, EVA report, mystery goo observation from Launchpad. So I did do 2 mystery goo observations from 2 different places, and I got 3 science for doing it on the Launchpad, and I got 7 science for doing it while flying. Crew report from the landing pad, and recovering the vessel. Oh, okay, so just recovering the vessel gave me some science. Parts. This is basically what I recovered, probably. 2 resources recovered, 9 parts. And my crew, 1 experience gained. Woohoo! My Bob Kerman. All right, so contract complete. If that just closes it, and then I can Okay, so that discards it. So yeah, so I got a bunch of money, 10 science. That was a good one to do. So let's discard that. 1 fame for that, and 1 science for that. Cool. All right, so now we have 33 science to spend. So if we go into the Research and Development Center, we can do some science. So this one's going to cost us 4 science, and this one's going to cost us 3 science. We probably want both of these for sure. So the engineering will give us a new a cockpit. So this would be for a plane. So we can actually maybe start building planes. And a science junior. Ooh. Science experiment. Oh, sweet. So we can put a science experiment on our thing, do some science in the skies, and get some more science points for that. So we definitely want him. A communotron. Communications array of some kind, looks like. I'm going to read all of this up a little bit more as well, so that I know exactly what they're all for. And a stack decoupler. So if I understood what I was watching before about this thing here allows us to make multi-stage rockets, so we can actually disassemble pieces as it flies away, which will be good. So we definitely want to research that. So that gives us those guys. Basic rocketry. So it looks like we've got a liquid fuel engine, a solid fuel booster, and a fuel tank, which is what I thought I was using before, and now I can. All right, so we got 23 science left. Let's see here. We could probably get all of these next nodes as well, huh? Because that's only 12. Yeah. All right, so survivability. Survivability. So we have a heat shield, a radiator panel, a micro landing strut, a radial mount parachute. Okay, so that's a different kind of parachute, and a service bay. Interesting. Okay. I think we probably want to unlock all the basic nodes here first, and then because these things are not too pricey. Oh, it's 15. Oh, wait a minute. This says 5 here, but it costs. I wonder what that little 5 there means. 20 science. Ooh, okay, never mind. These things cost a lot more. Wonder what those little numbers mean. If you guys know what, or is that just progression? Probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 3, 4, or maybe it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see. Let's I'm glad I didn't just think I could get all of those. So stability allows us to make a nose cone, an aerodynamic nose cone, a small nose cone. Okay, some more fin or some wings, like winglets, and a decoupler, a radial decoupler. I think these ones go on the side. And what do we have here? General rocketry. So this is a liquid fuel tank, a solid fuel booster, and tank. Okay, so that gives us more stuff for the rockets. This gives us stability on the rockets. Survivability. Heat shield. Ooh. Yeah, if we want to head up into space, then come back in through re-entry, we probably want a heat shield, don't we? So I'm thinking this one is the most important one to get next. So if I grab that gives, now we have 8 left. So I don't have enough to do this or this, but it does unlock. Oh, okay, those are different numbers. 3, 5. I'm not sure what those little numbers mean. If you guys know, let me know. Basic science. Okay, so this one's 45 science, but it looks like it gives us some more. Oh, a battery pack. Gives us a thermometer. Okay, so this gives us the ability to do more science. So this is obviously like the science track down here. Yeah. So this, ooh, experimental. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look through all these and see what they're all about. But flight controls, a winglet, a reaction wheel, and a cockpit. Okay. Oh, an inline cockpit. Okay, so that'd probably be for making airplanes and stuff too better. Flight control. So that looks important. I'm glad we got basic science, or sorry, survivability. So basic science comes next. On that track, sustainability and general rocketry. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do. So I have 8 science left. I don't have enough science to do anything else on any of these. So we're done in here. And so that's kind of the next thing now, I guess, would be to come back into here, build a better rocket, right? With the new tools that we have. We'll have to go in and check out. So the next thing we need to do is to escape the atmosphere. That's our next goal. And then orbit Kerbal. So we need to build a rocket that can get us out at least. And we could probably also do these altitude goals and speed. I bet you in the next rocket we build, we should be able to get all 3 of these and escape the atmosphere for sure. I'm hoping. I don't know if we'll get into orbit with the next ship, but we can try. If you guys have any tips on a basic, a really simple ship that we can build with what I have to escape the atmosphere, you can definitely let me know. So we're probably going to still have to use him. Fuel tank, so we can actually store some more fuel. We have some better engines now. I'll look into these. This decoupler, so that we can actually detach, right? So this engine can fall off and this guy can just drop by itself. A heat shield. We'll have to definitely put a heat shield on the bottom of this guy. Service bay, and we have to do some more science for sure. Like this, we'll have to put this guy on there maybe, and some communication stuff. So yeah, that's what we'll do in the next episode. We will build a new rocket that will hopefully let us escape the atmosphere, break a bunch of records, and maybe even get into orbit with just what we have. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode.